nation's number one football prospect in the 2027 class is officially stepping on IU's campus this weekend. Well, kind of like right before the weekend happened. This is not the first time. He's been there before, but it could flip the entire script for Indiana's Big Ten recruiting upside down, could give them a whole lot of momentum, which obviously would flip things upside down in the Big Ten in some ways as well. But can the Hoosiers actually pull off the flipped against the national narrative, or is it just another visit that the SEC media bias will try to dismiss and they'll be right about? Listen, you're listening to the Big Ten Huddle, your go-to spot for honest, deeper analysis that the national guys just will not give you. Look, when the absolute top guy in the 2027 class books an official visit to Bloomington, Indiana, we're talking about it, okay? During the spring game weekend, during Little 500, you're going to be paying attention to this. Jalen Brewster, 6'3", 302-pound defensive lineman from Cedar Hill, Texas. He is the consensus number one player in America in the 2027 class right now. Rivals has him as the very top of their industry rankings, and he's been climbing the board after a monster junior year. But here's what makes this visit feel different and why we're breaking it down here at the Big Ten Huddle the way that nobody else will. While the national media keeps pushing the heavy Texas Tech or like the SEC flip narrative and stuff like that, and constantly they're sleeping on the Big Ten, they're sleeping on the Big Ten's rise in recruiting, Brewster wasn't born in Texas. This is a huge thing that I don't think enough people know about. If you're an Indiana fan, you probably do know about it, so kudos to you. But if you don't, he wasn't born in Texas. He's from Indianapolis originally, grew up right down the road from Bloomington, and that hometown pull is real. His dad, Robert Brewster, was a stud offensive tackle for Ball State back in the day, first team All-MAC, even got him drafted to the Cowboys. Plus, his teammate at Ball State was none other than Indiana defensive coordinator Bryant Haines. They literally played together, and Indiana has an offensive quality assistant, Eddie Burke, with family ties to this as well. So when Pat Kuntz, IU's defensive tackles coach, has been making the trips to Texas and staying in touch, it's not just about another offer. It's not just Indiana going after the number one guy in the country, hoping and praying, oh, please let it happen. It's personal. This is exactly the kind of outlier conference defining story most channels overlook. Now, the elephant in the room, Brewster committed to Texas Tech back in October. So committed away from Indiana. It is what it is. No harm, no foul. You can always flip them later on. In-game announcement, big moment, all that stuff. Tech rolled out the red carpet, and at the time, it looked pretty locked down. But recruiting is never that simple. And after their defensive line coach, Zarnell Fitch, left, Brewster himself said on social media himself that his commitment wasn't 100% solid, as he put it, and he wanted to see what the new staff looked like. He walked it a little bit back. You know, his dad even came out and was swinging lately, saying, "Oh no, we're all in. Joey McGuire, the Red Raiders, we're all in. It is what it is." But you know, like. Somebody else did the same thing. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but somebody else did the same thing. Naeem Offord. In fact, back when he was exploring other options when he was committed to Ohio State, he quote tweeted me and tried to make a fool out of me and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Ohio State. I'm locked in. It is what it is." Turns out he flips and goes to Oregon. Look, I don't have any animosity for the kid, but I do hate it when guys are out there saying like, "I'm 100% and you're taking visits." You're not 100% if you're taking visits. So more power to him. I got no problem with that, but I also noted that you follow players' actions more than you follow their words. And in fairness here, these are his dad's words, not his word. But you know what I mean. Brewster's actions don't match his dad's words of being 100% locked in because he keeps visiting other schools. He just came off a spring game trip to Florida that he called electric. Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, everybody's still sniffing around with him, trying to bring him in there. And every time Indiana pops up in his mention, the buzz gets louder. Let me paint the picture of why this visit, there we go. And paint the picture of why this visit could be game-changing. Indiana under Curt Cignetti has gone from afterthought to a straight bully in the Big Ten. They're winning in the portal, developing talent, and now they're swinging for five-star talent and recruiting, landing the number one player and Brewster's not the only one. Monshawn Sales, like there's other guys too. but landing the number one player in the country, especially one with Indiana blood, would be the loudest off the field statement they have made yet. It tells every other Midwest kid that Bloomington isn't a stepping stone anymore. It tells that the Big Ten, that the Hoosiers are building a defensive line that can wreck other teams, that can wreck other games out there for the next 4 years. While the rest of the country keeps underestimating them, think about the ripple effect. Right now, Brewster is that explosive, powerful interior guy that scouts are kind of comparing to like Jalen Carter a little bit. He's got low pad level, violent hands, sub 5, 40 speed at 300 pounds. You put him next to whoever else IU brings in, give him that fantastic scheme of kind of the pick rushing that they do, and suddenly that defensive front becomes a problem for Ohio State, for Michigan, for whoever else is out there. Realistically, what are IU's chances? It's not a slam dunk, contrary to not popular belief, but some people out there. It's not a slam dunk. Texas Tech is still the favorite here. They've kept the relationship warm. Brewster was back for the spring game, and the family keeps saying they're solid. And of course, the money is going to be excellent at Texas Tech. It just is what it is. It's going to be excellent. But the fact that he's making the official visit anyway, right in the middle of spring ball energy on campus with his hometown ties screaming at him, or not in the middle, right at the end of the energy and everything being at its absolute highest. That's the kind of thing that creates doubt. Recruiting insiders I talk to keep saying the same thing. Never count out the personal connection. Yes, everything is so much about money today, but if you can make that money competitive with the personal connection, it's huge. And this weekend is loud. Spring game, Little 500, campus packed. If Brewster leaves Bloomington feeling that kind of home vibe that some people might think, the momentum could absolutely swing hard in IU's direction. And if he even starts trending toward IU, watch out how fast the rest of the 2027 class notices that. That's why this one visit matters more than what people realize. It's not just another recruit coming through. It's potentially the moment that gives Indiana from that whole one story, stuff like that, to them absolutely destroying it in recruiting, helping the Big Ten in recruiting. It proves the national media wrong and all that stuff. So what do you think? Can the Hoosiers pull off the late flip of the century, shut down the SEC bias once and for all? Drop your take in the comments below. Hit the like button if you're fired up for the Big Ten truth, and subscribe for more honest breakdowns and insider knowledge about what actually makes you a smarter fan out there. I forgot to pull this one up. I apologize. So next up, spring game preview of Indiana. Going to be bringing that to you guys on Friday with obviously the NFL draft stuff and everything like that. So stick with us. We got more Indiana stuff coming. I will be watching the game on Thursday. I'll have notes on it and everything. I'll let you guys know what I think. And if I hear anything on Jalen Brewster, I will for sure come back and let you know. I think this one's going to go till the end. I think this one with Jalen Brewster here, even if he, reaffirms his commitment to Texas Tech, whatever it might be, I think this is one we could see until the end of the recruiting cycle and all that stuff. So even if like Indiana does flip him and brings him in or something like that, I think this is a situation where Indiana obviously is going to have to pay up a good amount of money. Curt Cignetti was on Andy Staples and Ari Wasserman's show talking about how the number that they had was closer to 15 million than it was 40 million. This is what I've been saying for a while now. Everybody sees Mark Cuban and they're like, oh, he must have gave all this money. No, Mark Cuban gave the money after they got a lot of these really good guys. Now, the Mark Cuban money definitely could help in the situation. That would be huge, but there's just a lot of misconceptions about Indiana out there, which is why you got to listen to the Big Ten Huddle, where we give you the proper narrative, the proper stuff going on for Big Ten teams. It's not just Indiana. We'll give it to you for Ohio State. We'll give it to you for Michigan. We'll give it to you for Rutgers, UCLA, USC. I mean, all these teams. We'll give it to you for all these teams because that's what we're doing here at the Big Ten Huddle.